So there's two demographics that come into play that are maybe a little bit unique to North Simcoe. And of course, we have Bosley First Nation, and that community in Christian Island has to come across in a ferry, travel some 35 minutes to get to our hospital in Midland. If we change some of those services, all of a sudden that becomes an hour and a half trip. And that's if everything's perfectly timed, if the ferry's actually at the dock when you have your emergency and come across. So you can imagine the difficulty for our friends on Christian Island. The other challenge we have here in North Simcoe is, we have those 11% of our population, live below the poverty line. 16% of our children live below the poverty line. 32% of our single-parent families live below the poverty line. How will they get from Penetanguishene or Midland or Tiny Yatay to Orillia or Barrie, some other municipality for healthcare services? Those are type of issues that are hyper-local, but they need to be considered in the overall healthcare discussion. And that's why I think it's very significant that the mayors of North Simcoe stay involved, because we have to represent that voice that sometimes doesn't get heard or doesn't get seen or doesn't get considered, when these discussions occur. And that's one of the benefits of bringing municipal leaders into the conversation is we know those stats, we know those demographics, and we know our communities inside out, because we're in them on a day-to-day basis. We engage with our citizens day-to-day. We understand their fears, their concerns, and their needs. And I can tell you from a healthcare perspective, those below the poverty line, we need to take care of those folks and make sure they're looked after in this conversation.